Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertold, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I want to make things really clear for everyone. I don't need new friends, okay? I don't need fake friends. I need individuals that have been hanging out with us for 2 to 3 years to go ahead and turn around and change their stance and then try to infiltrate the chat and manipulate the message. That's not what I need. Tell you what I need. I just need to wake up and keep doing what I've been doing. I can play any song I want at the beginning of this show. Do you understand the verbiage in the song is probably very offensive to some of you? Maybe you guys don't understand where I come from, what I'm built like. Loyalty is everything. Integrity is everything. Go ask my wife. Go ask anyone who's ever served with me. Go ask my friends and family. Go ask my brother. Go ask my kids. And then go ahead and ask the moderators of this channel and or anyone who's been rolling with me for 3 years, 2.5 years. If you think that I'm going to change who I am for you, manipulate my message for you, for the click, the view, you got me all fucked up. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the clicks. I demonetize my live streams the minute I walk in. From you. Miss me with the bullshit today and every day after today. When you have guys out there on Twitter trying to come at me with, look at my stock versus your stock. Look, don't do it because you're going to miss. You're going to lose. When you've embodied your whole life into a movement, not just the stock, not just because it's GameStop, not because it's Marantz Rantz, the channel, it's the crew, it's the Discord. I'm talking about studying every aspect of your investment. Knowing more than just to say, hey, look at the stock price. That's what makes you a better investor. But you can't infiltrate this. You can't penetrate this just because you want this. You want the authentic talk. You want the gaggle. You want the gather. You want it all. You don't have it. Matthew Kors tries to buy it. He can't do it. Trey Trades tries to cheer about it. He couldn't hack it. Tony De Niro tried to act his way in front of it. So many people are telephone tough guys. They act tough on the screen. What do you want? What do you want? You want the same 3 guys that came by yesterday and a coordinated attack to the channel to say what? Make their own platform, grind out every day doing live streams, put out the videos, put out the content, do the due diligence, grind it that way, and then see what you earn. Rather than 2 minutes of shine in the channel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, this is an ongoing soap opera that's been happening for 3 years here. We literally put up videos every day. You go out there, you see it, I live it in front of you. But I've seen snakes come and go. Then I've seen the real ones ride with me. And I know who they are. And I know it before I even say it. Like we know, we feel it. We're like, oh, that guy's weak. That guy's not real. He'll be gone in a week. He'll be gone in a month. We know. We know. When you buy in and you understand what it is, I don't have to worry about you. You don't see me worrying about Stacks. You don't see me worrying about Gabe. Hot this year. Nope. None of them. Funny Spider. I don't worry about any of these guys. Coupon, Judge Star. None of them. There's a reason. People understand the bigger play here. But for these guys to talk the way they do, they would never talk to you a day in their life in front of your face. They wouldn't say shit to me. They would keep their eyes down and keep it moving. They literally would move across the middle of the street to walk to the other side. That's what they would do. There's some real tough guys out here. And I'm one of them. And remember that. Anyway, back to the grind, back to the channel. I just want to make that very clear to all you scrubs out there. I'm not looking for new friends. I'm not looking for 5 million subscribers and 20 million views. Nah, I could go buy that if I wanted to, and I don't want to buy it. I don't need to. Give me the crew that I roll with. The guys who know what the hell's going on. That's all it is. Loyalty and love goes a long way. Certainly with me. But respect. Respect somewhere up there. I'm watching all of you today. Good job. Me too. Sean Carter, how you doing? I opened puts yesterday on AMC and closed it in this morning. Bought some more GameStop with the profits via the IEX. I'm going to have Fidelity DRS them for me. Good job, Sean. Do whatever you want. You know, all you guys making financial decisions for yourself. It's great. Me, myself, I follow a stock, and I do some homework on some other ones, and I buy GameStop. That's it. So I don't try to make money off the market like that, but I'll make money off my investment in time. Let's go. I'm crip walking. It's all good, bro. It's all good. I don't know much about it. You know, I'm not from that lifestyle. I'm not cut like that. Maybe I am. My ninjas. Yes, Dapper Dan. Exactly. Let's go, Uncle Rico. Just kidding, Marantz from Wisconsin. Saludos. Yeah, hey, man, good morning. Good morning, Adrian. Appreciate you. You know, I'm out there. I wake up to a text message from Rico. Mr. Rico Knows, the infamous YouTuber and TikToker. And he says, yo, Marantz, you should have sold a long time ago. It's my own twin brother. Called it Circuit City. Not knowing Circuit City was infiltrated with private equity, tried to be sold off 3 times to Blockbuster. And, of course, Carl Icahn negated that deal. And yeah, all that happened. Guess what? GameStop's not that. I just want to make sure everybody knows. Loyalty is huge. Thank you, Challenger. I totally agree with that. And I'm going to stay with that. Snakes in the grass, they're everywhere, guys. Be careful. That's why, you know, having a Discord that's completely free, and it always will be wide open, it's tough. It's tough to navigate and see who it is. Shout out to Kyoto. He's going to bed. He already told me. Going to sleep. He's got to sleep. You know, he's in Japan, but he is one of my right-hand mans. I'm in the voice chat channel right now. I'm going to pin the link to it. If your name is Buckshot or Running from Bears, you know where to come find me right here in this chat channel. This coordinated attack bullshit they did yesterday, let me tell you how much nonsense it was. And I'll explain it to you. Anybody wants to be an apologist for them, that'll never happen. He comes into the chat, and the first thing it says is, hey, brother, I just wanted to come in because I was a little off-put by the way we ended things the last time we had a conversation. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I invite you to the chat? Did I care? Do I care? But the truth is, that's not why you showed up. You showed up because you told all your little groupies, I'm going to go on to Marantz's channel right now, bro. Come with me. And they all came into the chat all at once. How fitting, right? Yeah, I don't know what Discord you guys hang out in, what loser Discord, but chances are you guys don't net a profit anyway, so it doesn't worry. You worry about me? Nah, Sperry, I don't worry about you. I don't. You know what's up. What's up, Chat Monday TV? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Good morning, fellow elitists. Good morning, Funny Spider, man. You know, I appreciate you all the time. Every single one of you guys who've been here for a long time. I turned off the TV today. I planned on going to sleep. I plan on taking a nap. I plan on playing some more video games if I want to, clean up the house. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday. I want to take her out, so I don't want to be here with you guys. I love you guys, but you guys probably don't smell as good as my wife. So I'm going to be trying to hang out with her. But I'm just chilling, watching the stocks, doing the best I can. Marantz don't want to be my friend. James Harris, I don't want to be your friend if you're not part of the crew. And if you are part of the crew, then you can show it, you can prove it a couple of different ways. Integrity can't be bought correctly. Correct. Early Christmas shopping with my clearance sale. Yeah, Shankar, I saw it. I saw that they had a clearance sale at GameStop. It was buy one item, get 2 free. Great that they're pushing out the inventory, whether it be at a loss or a profit. We'll find out. But I'm very thankful for what GameStop's doing for this Q3. One thing I do love about you, Marantz, is the integrity. You control your life by living it truthfully. Spirey, absolutely. There's a reason why you can't buy me. There's a reason why people are afraid of me, because you can't partner with me. Could you imagine Markets with May trying to text me and email me and say, Marantz, we should do a live stream together? Yeah, why Markets with May? So you can pedal out your $500 classes per month? Like, it doesn't work for me. It'll never work for me. Somebody trying to grift off the crowd and take advantage of the uninformed. The issue that I've had with AMC investors and Bed Bath & Beyond investors is because they're all severely uninformed. And I'm not saying that I'm any smarter than them, but I have the ability to read just like them. Everyone has that ability to read the filings, understand them, interpret them, and know which way the company's headed. But I made an easy connect the dots how-to video. Basically, you just watch every connect the dots video and you're going to be infinitely smarter than the next investor. That's the way it works. So, Marantz, what's up? Thanks for the retweeting of the YouTube video about private equity. Andrew, sure, no problem. I'm doing my best. There's 10 gifts of memberships for you crew out there, for all the loyal ones. Funny Spider, I appreciate, support. Obviously, this channel allows me, motivates me to keep doing the research, and it makes my life possible in a way. I make a living at work 10 hours a day, but beyond that, on my free time, I've dedicated myself to this. So I appreciate the individuals that do support the channel and the movement and myself. So Funny Spider being that person, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the free memberships for the channel and the crew. Hopefully they'll get some info from the channel if they hang out long enough. And that's to you guys. And those go really fast, so I apologize, guys. But, 10's more than one, and that's all I can tell you. So thank you so much. I'm your left foot man. Warm toilet seat. Thank you so much, man. Dope Echo, I appreciate you too. You guys have been awesome. Wendy, obviously, hitting me up all the time, showing great support. Buying and holding since 2020, best deep effing value ever, period, AVA. I totally agree. I think that it's more of a value play now than ever, only because a lot of people sold, when they bought it previously, and they sold it, in the run. And right now, according to the market and the way GameStop's performing at the highest level it's performed in a long time. To show a profit Q2, which is what they did. I know people say, oh, they lost $2 million, but it's because they don't know what GameStop's doing. And I made a comment. I said, GameStop's sandbagging the number. They're hiding the profits. And they're doing that because they're looking for this moment to push out, the price of it. Hopefully if you're an insider, you want to buy more at these price points that are so low. Like, how low could it really get? We're all waiting on the Ryan Cohen buy order. He has about 7 days to buy, okay, because then the window's closed. But the window's open right now for him to buy if he wants to buy. And if he comes out, on the 22nd, I believe that's the day the movie gets released nationally, that'd be pretty big, But I don't know if he wants to trigger it that way or how it all works out for him. But I will tell you this. GameStop had the ability to go profitable last quarter, and they went ahead and increased their inventory $80 million, right? $60 million, whatever it was. If they didn't spend that money on the inventory and just sat where they were, they didn't have to, but if they didn't do that, then they would be profitable by about $50 million. But nobody wants to tell you that. So I'm just going to sit here and tell you, yeah, they're just running business and they lost $2 million. Sure they did. People don't even understand. So when I say stuff like that, like, hey, they're sandbagging a number, there was a guy out there on Twitter this morning who decided to make a whole post. A lot of you guys saw the post, saw the video I made this morning. If you didn't, you can go watch it. And then he doubled down because he's trying to tell me that Bath and Body Works is undervalued and or priced correctly, and GameStop's priced correctly because Bath and Body Works has, and here's the balance sheet. Here's the revenue, here's the cash on hand, and here's what they have. And that's what he put. And unfortunately, what he didn't do was look at the whole picture, the connecting the dots picture. And you'll see that all of it is private equity. The board of directors is Boston Consulting Group, along with some other people that I was reading on. It's just private equity driven. It's lacing that way. So it was a carve out from L Brands, and that's Lexi Wesner and Lexi Wesler. Oh my God. And it was carved out from L Brands, and that just means private equity has been dealing with this company for years, in and out of it, and it's going to go down. And it has gone down. I showed the stock pump in price all the way through June of 2021. Coincidence? That's when GameStop ran. And to offset it. So the liquidity, drain that they took out of it, the exit they took out of it, it showed me that stock was manipulated. It shows me that stock is overvalued, and I had to go look at it to see if it was. And sure enough, they had a shareholder deficit of $2.5 billion. They also had over a $3 billion cash burn over the last 2 years. And they did a share buyback program of $2 billion worth of shares. So that's why the stock price is a little inflated, because they manipulated the price to look good, not that it is good. So I just kept looking at it every which way. I saw they had goodwill to burn off of $2 billion. They also are coming in at $4.7 billion worth of corporate loans. That means senior notes, long notes. So, yeah, they're a terrible company to own. And that's what I was showing. And of course, they just look at stock price and float and ratios of PE ratios. And yeah, what about now? And it's like, yeah, you can live in 1/4 mile at a time. Okay, Fast and the Furious. Me, I'm a marathon man. I'm going to go ahead and keep seeing Forrest Gump style growth. Just keep running. Just keep running. And that's GameStop. So that battle actually happened on Twitter this morning. If you guys didn't watch it, it's in videos. I did 2 different videos. He made a post. He put my name on it. He said, Marantz says they don't sandbag. They sandbag a number, whatever that means. Or they hide their problem. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. So I know what I'm saying because it's what we do. Just so that we're clear, there is a portion of my business that I run. I work for Costco. This is widely known. I work for Costco. I'm on the finance side currently, the operations side, and I'm able to see how we move numbers and report certain numbers quarterly, and how we stretch over cap expenditures and how we stretch over, the controllable expenses over each period and each quarter to show a profit from quarter to quarter, year versus year, and vice versa. So by having that mindset, I look at the balance sheet and that aspect, an accounting aspect. So I understand it that way. I explain it that way because I've seen it, right, myself. And in addition to that, there is an IPO being launched today. It is Instacart. And just so that we're very clear, guys, I will not be making any comments about Instacart, the company, the stock price, the insiders, nothing at all. Okay? So if you ask me about Instacart, I have no comment whatsoever. They are an exclusive partnership with Costco. I cannot speak on it. So if I were to make an assumption or a declaration or say something, I would be doing a disservice to my employer and my position as being a Costco shareholder. So I will not be speaking on that. Just being fair. If you guys want that info, I'm sure there's other YouTubers and in news affiliates that are going to give you info about Instacart. I can't even give you my opinion because I'm not going to jeopardize my job over that. So I hope that's fair to some of you guys. I hope you guys understand. Okay. But back to the chat. What you discuss in Discord. Discussed a lot in Discord. I talked to my friends. We talk, and it was pretty good. You activated my Alucard. I don't even know. You just activated. I have no idea what that is, but I got you. If GameStop price hits its true value based on actual, what did you say? On actual fundamentals, will the bad actors be able to hold their short positions? Meow, meow. They can hold for as long as they want. They can hold for a decade. They can hold for 5 years. But those private equity funds, they eventually have to turn upside down. Like, eventually, the investors of these companies want to see profits. So if the economy falls out, the bottom falls out, they're not going to have a long versus their short. They're just going to go ahead and equally go down. So that's when margin calls can happen, when they lose their footing on the peg, to GameStop. And it could be a lot. They have so many companies out there. And if you saw the interview with Henry Kravis that I posted for KKR, the founder, he says, hey, man, we deployed a lot of capital during this run, during this pandemic, and they're seeing how it all works out because they have to. They have to see it all the way through. But there's a lot of money out there on all these companies. They're all doing deals. So I just pay attention to the deals. Hey, what's up, folks? It's been quite some time since I've been in here on a live stream. Digital Man, I really appreciate that. I got something here, a message. So let me see what this message is while we're here. I keep getting messages, bro. Yeah, there you go. So there's more deflecting. I make the video for Wu-Tang Financial, and he says, because I made the video on TikTok, I support the CCP. Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. TikTok just has a better editing app. That's all it is. That's why I use it. If it's better, I guess I support them. I guess I must pay for it. Bro, I'm watching some shit. There's a lady slapping a man. If a lady slaps a man, she deserves what comes. I don't know. I would never hit a woman. No, I don't agree with that at all. I just don't need to hit a woman. Honestly, a woman can't hurt me. I'm just being real. You can punch me as hard as you want. It's not going to hurt me. It might hurt my ego. It might hurt my feelings. But nah, I'm straight. If you try to kill me, well, then we got issues, right? But punching me, slapping me, I can handle that. Been there, done that. Keep telling them the facts and the truth, Joe Romano. I promise you I will. They can't see beyond their glasses for what GameStop is. Monty, I don't even know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. They all claim they hold both. They all claim they're part of the crew, and then they're doing what they're doing. Why is Bed Bath & Beyond still going up? Landon, I know that you're a troll. I know you're against everything I say and do. But BBBY doesn't exist. So for you to ask that question, I don't know. But as far as Bed Bath & Beyond, the Q, BBBYQ, why does it keep going up? I just want to let you know something, man. This is a stock down here on the bottom left. It's the 30-minute chart. It doesn't look good. The 1 hour chart doesn't look good. The daily chart definitely doesn't. I mean, does that keep going up to you? Or is that just a lifeline? Is that just, flatlining? If we go like this, does that look up as well? I mean, I'm just trying to ask myself, does that look up to you? It's terrible stock. And certainly it's not even about the price that you're talking about. You want to talk about price. You want to talk about bullshit. How about the company itself? Can you call them right now? Are they going to pick up the phone? Are they even open? I'm talking about the corporate office. Who's working in the corporate office right now at Bed Bath & Beyond? Nobody. There's no one there. So just so we're clear. And I think we are clear. Thank you. In the voice chat channel right now, nobody yet. Remember, you guys can come right into the voice chat channel, and I'm here. If you have anything you want to say to the chat, to the crew, it's all you. And it's there. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I don't know what I'm getting. Maybe Landon just gave me something through the mic, but I'm getting through it. I really am. So, I wasn't even showing you the chart. There's the chart. My bad, bros. Oh, man, been a long day. There we go. So that's the chart, bottom left, Bed Bath & Beyond, flatlining. That's who they are. AMC picking back up. Costco looking amazing. And, of course, GameStop just tearing through it. If people only knew. If people only knew. But it's okay. They'll find out very late in life, and they'll try to say, oh, man, you wish you would have told me, bro. Got to get Mortal Kombat today for my son on the PS5. We're getting it tomorrow. I'm going to GameStop tomorrow, going shopping. I'll print the receipt out just so you guys can see it. Shout out to everybody who got a free membership there. Steven Yoder, Mr. 25, CJ Cran, Small Fry, For Now, Buckle Up, Batman, Blake Smith, The Kirk Ross, and Warm Toilet Seat. I've only heard about 4 of you guys. I haven't heard of the rest of you guys. So that's cool. That's cool. We have new people in the chat and in the channel, so I appreciate you guys. Damn. Yeah, it happens. I think you're right about Adam Aaron and Apollo Global. J-Dog, I know I am. It's not that... It's more than that, right? Like, can I give you an example? But before I do, we have Swap Prince back. Hey, Swap, how you doing, man? Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, what's going on?
There was obviously some unconfirmed news or leak, if you like, that came out in the morning in regards to Microsoft's new Xbox, which was leaked to be digital only.
Right.
I understand that they could have a physical one on the side. That's what they're doing now, a separate digital and physical. But for the moment, we haven't heard anything from my research about a physical one. And obviously, I'm not trying to further anything. I am a GameStop investor, and I would just like your take on it. If in the event Microsoft did not release a physical console, and how do you think GameStop could navigate in that sense? And what do you think the consequences would be?
I don't know the inner workings of GameStop's margins, so it's hard to evaluate what it could be. There's so much speculation on the ignorant side. Certainly when you don't understand the business model. Selling the console themselves is one thing versus software. Obviously, GameStop's particular metric, like where they measure their inventory, is based off of hardline sales. So, and that's hardware is what we call it, but anything with a plug. So when you think of, the console itself, I think it's awesome. I think if Xbox is going to sell a digital only medium, then great. They're going to have to sell it through GameStop. So I don't understand why people are up in arms about things like this. GameStop has a business that transitions well, i.e., They're developing player. They sell multiple other things. If I wanted to buy a Ring doorbell, I'm going to get it at GameStop. If I want to buy a TV mount, I'm going to get it at GameStop. If I want to buy a Segway, I'm getting it at GameStop. If I want to buy a Garmin watch, buying it at GameStop. There's so many things that GameStop sells that people don't know. But they will find out over time, and GameStop's just buying the right products for the right margin for them. So whatever Xbox decides to do as a business has little to impact as far as what's the smallest section of a GameStop, the Xbox software side. Have you ever seen how many games they don't sell? They sell Nintendo, they sell other things, collectibles, and of course PS5, which is traditionally more popular than the Xbox themselves. So if Xbox wants to stay relevant, that's on them, however they do it, if they want to stay in business. But I don't think the impact is as drastic as people might want to make it out to be. There are people out here who only want physical copies of things. When you force a whole genre of people to buy digital, it's forcing people's hand. They'll be like, no, I'm still going to buy physical media. I'm still going to go over here. And this might be their transition to come over to PlayStation 5. That's just the way it works mentally for a lot of gamers. People don't want to buy digital. They don't want to buy VIP, these collector's editions, and yet they're not physical copies. They're only digital copies. Well, then how the hell do I show anyone that I actually have that? It's just one of those things. Whenever you're in a rush and you want something and you go down to the store, you're not going online saying, oh, I'll buy it from Amazon 4 days later. You're willing to pay a premium just to have it right now in your hands. And that's everyone. That's for a controller. That's for a plug. There's so many other things that you'll sell. So Xbox selling the games aspect of it, going digital, who cares? You still need a controller. What are you going to do? That's the most interchangeable part of any collector. You buy more controllers than consoles, but per unit. So the hardest things to find on resale are controllers because that's what you burn out. You don't burn out the console itself. So I'll keep selling controllers and video games when I can, and I'll keep investing money with GameStop because the margins make sense. But nothing scares me. Rumors like that are just meant to drop share prices and or scare potential investors for a lifetime. Let me know when players up in smoke. Let me know when Ryan Cohen doesn't buy more shares. Let me know when these guys actually start selling shares and get the hell out. Let me know when private equity invades, and let me know when I give up. Well, when I do, then you'll know. Until then, none of this shit worries me.
No, that was a very good point. And I was obviously, this relates back to Michael Patch's process of thinking, right? He's obviously anticipating the complete digitalization of these consoles. And I agree with you to the extent that people, I think, overemphasize GameStop's reliance on software sales. From what I see from pre-pandemic to now, I think GameStop is significantly less reliant or dependent on software sales. Because from 2019, I mean, if we look at the annual report, the 10K, in 2019, software sales comprised around 46.5% of net sales in 2019, whereas the annual report in 2022, so the latest one we have, told us that out of net sales, software sales were 30%. So we saw a 15%. Somebody like Michael Patcher would call it a 15% decline. I don't call it a decline. I call it a 15% less dependency on software sales, because we see hardware going up. And just like you mentioned, the actual console itself, the controllers, this all comes down to hardware and accessories, right? And we saw that obviously, if I'm not mistaken, that rise to around 50% of net sales in 2022. So it's obvious. We can see how the company is obviously becoming less reliant to software sales. Obviously,
can I tell you something?
In event.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you. I'm going to help you out here with the verbiage. The verbiage that's used is called penetration. Okay, so the penetration of hardware versus software has been swung. You don't lose, the percentage of overall sales, because remember, we're flat, or we had an increase in second quarter. But you're literally just talking about penetration. The penetration of hardware goes up when GameStop commits more to computer components, the consoles themselves and controllers. So That's ideal for any investor when you're going that route because the margins are typically higher. When you're thinking about software, these are set prices. Okay, set prices for video games have not changed in a decade. You know, PS5 is $10 higher than a PS4 that's at $60. They're 70 versus 60. You know, like it doesn't change. It's the same. The way you can get around that is when you start selling other components with bigger margins, i.e. private label. This is why the GameStop label and or their previous brand that I forget the name right now. I have everything of it before A-Trucks or whatever it was called. A-Trucks. Doesn't matter. My point is that private label is where your margins are. So GameStop's developing their own RAM, their own PC components, things like that's the way to go. That's right. That's the semiconductor route to go. When you really think about it, if they were to ever start, conducting their own Pentium chips, their own processing chips, I should say it that way, and their own graphics cards or their own, they would do the RAM part, but their own cooling fans, their own, motherboards. If they did anything like that, that's where your private label comes into play and you make more margins. So to people to be focused on gaming aspect, that would be like an entertainment store that sells electronics being focused on the fact that CDs are obsolete. When I walk into Best Buy, there's still a CD section and there's still a damn DVD section. It's there, but everyone has transitioned to the other aspects of it. So I think they're going to be fine. And I'm not worried about it like the way other people are. But here's a good question that someone just asked in the chat. And it says, Marantz, if you could choose one service or product GameStop could launch today, what would it be? Or what do you hope they work towards? And if they could launch something today, me personally, Ronos, I believe that's your name. I really haven't given it that thought as far as the service or product. But if they could, how can I put it? If they could find a way to partner up with Walmart and plant themselves in the electronic section of every Walmart. I know that this has been preached about before, but if you could find a way to use your licensing, your name itself, not that GameStop has to operate every damn Walmart electronics section. It's not that. But if they had the branding of this is GameStop, come over here and this is the part of the store that is GameStop, and they have everything available to them. Just like they do have a deal with McDonald's and Starbucks. Starbucks being Target, McDonald's being Walmart. There's a lot of things like that I would like to see happen. Another way that they could improve on a lot of things would be launching a GameStop at every military installation. Soldiers are young kids and they need games, and they would be there shopping every damn week, every damn day, and they would flood the stores. So if it was overseas and or homebound, I would look for GameStop to seek out a relationship with military installations, kind of like Burger King does. And I wonder what that would look like. It's just me. I'm thinking outside the box completely. I just know where the money's at. So soldiers have money. They have disposable income because they live at home for free in the barracks. And they all play video games and they all listen to music and they all built their own computers. All these kids are gamers. So that's just something I would look for. They just don't know how to market it yet. They don't know how to go that route. But somebody like me, I obviously know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, no, I don't worry about GameStop like that, man. I don't worry about it for product. I love that players coming out. When players finally there and it's launched, I'll support it. I supported the NFT marketplace the best way I could. I adopted the idea of NFTs. I passed them out for free. Over $10,000 worth of NFTs I've given out myself. Did over 30 interviews with launch day creators. Just try to bring awareness to the brand and what it is. So I'm always going to support GameStop, everything they choose to do. Whether they fail at something and people want to paint them as a failure, they're not understanding that Ryan Cohen is a billionaire. He's young enough, he's rich enough to make those mistakes and still progress and still get past it all. So I'm there. I'm gonna be there for a long time, and I'm here to make those mistakes with them. But it doesn't deter me. I'm not scared of it. So when people say the footprint's gone, they're closing the wallet, they closed this, that's all part of business. Trial and error. It's like tasting wine. You're gonna find the one you like, but you got to pop open a couple of bottles. So that's just me. But back to you. What's up?
Yeah, thanks. I'm not going to cut you off. It's your show, so I'll be
You're doing
cordial
great.
about
You can
it.
cut me off.
Yeah, so thank you for the technical jargon regarding penetration.
Yeah.
Sounds about correct. Yeah, so I think, as I was saying before, I think people are failing to see that GameStop is less obviously dependent on software sales. And as you mentioned before, GameStop is actually getting into its branded software, RAM, as you mentioned, and storage units is actually the largest percentage of sales comprised in PC hardware, storage units, like the RAMs, whatever, terabytes or whatever. And I think personally, this is just my opinion, just my view. I think, obviously, Furlong mentioned an acquisition interest in the previous quarter conference call. Ryan Cohen mentioned that he was in charge of capital allocation. I think, just my opinion, I could be wrong, that Ryan Cohen will do a joint venture acquisition with the company as a partner, obviously to alleviate pressure off the company's balance sheet, so it can obviously leverage itself to greater quality acquisitions, to get potentially maybe a hardware distributor to obviously scale up their hardware game in the event that, say, for example, worst comes to worst, the Bears are having a holiday and consoles come out to be digital only, just in case. I think obviously scaling up the hardware aspect of the business would obviously alleviate that pressure and sort of eliminate that bearish risk.
Yeah, it's a really good assessment if he chooses to go that route. Me personally, it's just not there yet. I think you still haven't skinned the cat. You still haven't got down to the bare bones of what this business is. There's still some insulation there overseas, definitely. But once they get to what it is, the scale that they can go off of, I'm going to be very excited to see what the bottom dollar is. If they can get it to about $500 million a year of profit, that gives you, a great credit rating that shows Wall Street that you're a $1 billion business and you're ready to scale now. And maybe he doesn't have to do it himself. Maybe he has a partner lined up. Maybe he has the money lined up. He obviously has a reputation lined up. So it's just a matter of time. Some guys out here, like I'll tell you one more in the chat. This guy says, I suspect the stock will be trading a lot higher within 10 months. And I totally agree with that. I think it's going to be around 180 days, 6 months from now, where GameStop's on a different planet because they're profitable, because they have full year-round profitability, but you can still hold down the share price because of the DRS. The stock is easy to manipulate. They can short it and drop the price, but all they're doing is doubling down on their own death because everyone's buying. Everyone I know, everyone I talk to, and I have a nice big circle, buys a whole bunch of these shares. So I buy as many as I can. I know a lot of people do too, but I think GDJ is onto the right path. Unfortunately, Seabiscuit here says that GameStop's headed towards its real value of about $5 a share. I don't think
I don't think so. The company has cash equivalents of $3.92.
Yeah, it's $4.12 for shareholder equity. Yeah, I'm with you. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous.
And Pacha saying stuff like $6 a share. I just don't understand. Like you mentioned,
every dollar. You would buy every dollar.
Exactly. And you also mentioned the RC's buying earlier on in the stream. Sorry, you mentioned the potential.
Yeah, I said that he has up until about the 26th. You get, I believe it's 20 trading days after the earnings report.
That's right. I'd like to obviously put out a little theory.
Sure.
Obviously, it could be wrong. I don't think we will see RC Form 4 this quarter. Maybe potentially next quarter. The reason why is obviously because I had previously mentioned to the thought of a joint venture acquisition with a company, and obviously stuff like that requires decent capital. I think, just my opinion, Ryan Cohen is preserving his capital to go into a partnership acquisition deal with GameStop, and I think that he's just saving his money. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good theory. I think it's a good theory. I don't know how much money he needs to save. I don't know how liquid he is, obviously, but yeah, I don't know what he needs to save for. It just depends how big it is. If he's going to come in at $200 million from RC Ventures, it's going to be
right.
it's going to be a total. It's going to be an asset backing deal. It's not going to be. People need to understand what's being said here. This young man's not telling you that he's going to buy the shares. He's going to partner up on the infrastructure side of the company and back his own company, which would be awesome. You've seen it been done before. Elon Musk has this ability at times. I would tell you Starlink one day will go public, and I can imagine how many people would want to buy that, on the IPO and run it out with them. But whatever Ryan Cohen's launching, can you imagine how many people are going to want to go public with this and or partner up with GameStop because of it? There's going to be plenty of people, but the unfortunate part is they're not going to have anything to buy. And if it were to ever get down to $6 or $10 or $15 in that range, that's when people start getting crazy. And I'm telling you this, like Seabiscuit, in all fairness, you're a bear and you say the dumbest shit. If it were to get to $5 a share, you would see people start selling their homes and their cars and buying everything, because there's no way that stock doesn't go to $10. There's no way it doesn't go to 15 or 20. And now you're going to get 4x your money. So you would fumble into that stock. You would do everything you can. You would get a divorce over the transaction. And not because it's so low and it's going down and you lost. It's because you want to triple down, quadruple down on that investment because you know what it is. Certainly if you read the balance sheet the way it's written right now. The writing's on the wall for GameStop to have profitability, annual profitability. The writing's on the wall for them to be eligible for the S&P 500. Everything has makings for it. It's just going to take time. 3 to 5 years from now, we're having a whole different conversation about the investment in the company. I'm early. I'm not wrong. But, I'm one man of not many. And I wake up every day and I do the same thing. I get in front of the microphone and the camera and I tell people, GameStop can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. It's that real. It's that real for me. So thank you for having the mindset for it. And we'll see how it actually plays out. I mean, I'm down for it. But Swap Prince, you've been good 2 days in a row, brother. You're earning my respect.
Thank you very much. I'm just an independent investor. I like GameStop. I was in it for several years. I would be lying if I said I didn't have a sort of emotional, a little bit of emotional attribute for the stock. But that's the case. Look, I'm constantly trying to revise my thesis of why I'm in the stock. I like to talk with bulls, and don't be surprised if you see me discussing GameStop with a bear or anything. That's what I do. I like to get points of view from everywhere I can. Just so far, I'm just not convinced with the bearish realities that that a lot of the bears are coming up with. Destruction of software sales. It's all going down. Cloud gaming from Microsoft. We know Microsoft is going pretty aggressive with their Xbox Game Pass, but I still don't see these as sufficient reasons as to why GameStop is going to be a $6 stock or
no. So like you would see a huge drop off. You would see a huge drop off on top line revenue. You would see large cash burns. You would see all of the above if it were that dire, and it's not. So. It shocks me whenever I think about a guy. There's a guy out there, his name's like Westman or something like that. And he's like the chief everything at Epic Gaming, right? Epic Games. Name's like Andrew, I believe, Andrew Westman. And he's at Epic Games and he's pouring in a position. He's sitting in a position to make a decision for Fortnite, KKR backing that investment. And they just happened to be on GameStop's board at the time. So it was like, hey, were they really backing the one thing that was destroying GameStop, that was supposed to, tear GameStop apart during that window? It was like their time to pounce, right? Well, that guy's on the board of directors at AMC right now. So it's so fitting that the head of Epic Gaming is over there. and it's not nowhere near a GameStop because it's us versus the world right about now. And I've seen every position used against us. I've seen every stock that they bring up used against us, and they're all hurting. I've seen plenty of companies going bankrupt right now, and the most companies in the world are going bankrupt because private equity is losing on that end, but they actually make money in the bankruptcy side. It's just they're losing their swap, and they needed that swap. They needed it for the last 2 years, even 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever it's going to be. But I think Ryan's in it for the long run, and I'm right there with him. Rug pull incoming, they say. Well, I'm here, and I'm standing with my feet on the rug, very, very heavy.
Yeah, I don't think. I think that's just a little bit ridiculous. I mean, he had his golden opportunity to get out in January 2021. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of profit.
March and June. He's had three times to get out.
Yeah, he hasn't. The thing people don't understand is he has the money. He has all the money he wants. He's just building his legacy with GameStop. There's so many movies made about him, made about the company, made about him. Documentary was out about him. I mean, he has the perfect liftoff. He has the perfect
and that's why I tell you that I want him to buy in shares. I know you're talking about an infrastructure deal, but for me personally, at the price it's at right now, it's very attractive. It's so attractive that it's my wife's birthday tomorrow, and I was about to use her birthday money to buy more shares today. But I had to stop myself. I bought her breakfast, and I did the best I could. But it's playing with my emotions, playing with my heart. Like, I want to buy as much as I can because I don't think $17 is the accurate price of the company. I don't think that people understand how many people are in this damn thing at price points way beyond 17. And if you could tell people they could buy it at 17 and they've been buying it in the 20s for the last 3 years, there's no way. There's just no way. But come tomorrow, and in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna have the ability to buy as much as I want. So I'm encouraging everyone to keep the price down because I'm about to pounce. And that's what's going on.
I plan to also. I also wanted to talk to you about your thoughts on GameStop subscriptions. Obviously, I think in the 3 months ended, the subscriptions went down just a little bit, nothing serious.
Right.
That might just be a seasonal thing. I think obviously Michael Patch's thesis he was blabbering on about how he expects the subscriptions to just plummet also, and GameStop gets a good chunk of revenue annually from those subscriptions, and that's a big chunk. I think it's around 400 million if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but this is what you call the CAC, right? The customer acquisition cost, and you got them in the door, and now you come up with something that costs something, right? But what do you give to get that cost? Absolutely nothing. This is where like people fail to realize that if the subscription number is worth, let's just call it 400 million, just to like ballpark the number, get it flat, and then they only make 300 million. They didn't lose anything. They didn't lose something. It's just there. It's added value. It's added on top of running the business. So you have to find a way to pick up that 100 million elsewhere. And if this is how you're rewarding subscriptions by the number, okay, is an expense per. They did it percentage. Let me. Who's in here making noise? Not from this world. I love you. Not from this world. I gotta mute you, brother.
Oh, kick me out, bro. I'm sorry.
No, not kick you out. I just gotta mute you for a second. Oh no, bro.
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, I just gotta mute you. That's it. All right, you're good. So he was loud, but it's good. So the way it works is that you're paying, and GameStop's agreed to do this. This is why their margins make sense. This is why they're making money. I hope people are paying attention to this. It's the Costco way of doing business. You do away with the rewards program, as in to say, we're going to give you a flat rate. We're going to give you this, this, and that. What they did was they changed the rewards program to give back more to the individuals that shop more. It's an incentive to do more shopping, and you're going to make back more money per person. elevating the price of membership and generating dollars for it. And it gives you this incentive to shop more for the bigger shoppers and or do bigger shops, right? They're giving you 5% back off of everything spent on the account. So if I buy a console, I'm getting 5% rather than just $5 off. And that was the drop off. It's like, it's what did you exchange for the higher ratio? And it's all about making more dollars per person. Because if your foot traffic's down and or if the economy's down, it's how can I get more out of that basket? It's the items per basket theory or the dollars per basket. It's one thing to make money off of rice and beans, right? It's one thing to get GameStop to allow you to make money off of the $5 off a game. And, you have this coupon you can use every month. Come on in. Or I'm going to give it to you this way. The more you buy, the more we're going to give you. So the incentive is there to do more. The $25 they pay is neither here nor there. That's just added value. It's how can I encourage you to shop more? That's it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. That makes sense. I just had a thought on the subscriptions because I think, as you know, we have the NFT marketplace. Eventually, the games are going to start rolling out with Immutable around 2024. I mean, that's the date we've been given so far from Immutable. So I think that's something we're expecting then. For the marketplace to obviously evolve, we've got incoming player, right? I think players. It's also it's like a mix between a streaming service and a launcher for these NFT games. So like you have a software launcher like. There's Steam, there's Battle.net, and as far as I'm aware, we don't really have a suitable launcher. They partnered for Elixir with that, just to be specific.
Well, they had two different ones, but I hear you on the player side of it. I think that they're going to do more than just Web 3.0. I think they're going to actually do Web 2 gaming because the adoption of Web 3.0 is inherent when you're playing the game itself. So when they can find creators to develop a Web 2 game, one of these, what they call I forget what they call it. Is it like 5-star gaming, where it looks great, but not only does it look great and it feels great and it moves great, and it's Web 2, it has the ability to open up to Web 3, and that's that integrative, that's that hybrid game that they're building. So not so full blown 3.0 just yet, but if they can do a hybrid gaming, it's going to work out for anyone. And all you need is one. And all you need is one, guys. Yeah. If you find one mobile game, you're gone. We're on a whole nother planet. I can assure you of that. You look at Zynga and the company that they built based off of Farmville, and it transitioned into a monster of 10 years. You look at everything that's happened with the other one. I forget what they're called. The one Clash of Clans, right? You have the Jetpack Joyride. You have Subway Surfer. These games that are repetitious and they just suck up your life on your phone, Bubble, Bejeweled, all that crap. But it works. Yeah, no, it works.
If you don't mind me squeezing in, yeah, you're right. It just takes one big hit just to get this whole ecosystem launched. In relation to what I was speaking about earlier, I was talking about the subscriptions.
Sure.
The subscription service. I see the subscription service multiplying excessively after the launch or the evolution of the marketplace, the evolution of player, because I think player is there's going to be, I think there will be a premium service. Obviously, that premium service could be accessed by GameStop Pro members.
That'd be awesome.
So I think the utility that the subscription service is going to hold in 2024 is going to be extremely significant. I think there's going to be a lot of value that you could get if you were a subscription holder. And
well, it would be just like Prime, right? You're a Prime member, exactly. And then you get the Prime free delivery whenever you're watching Amazon Prime. The difference is Prime doesn't have incentive program, i.e. points or discounts towards products. So GameStop is doing that tenfold and then adopting a discounted program as well. So the incentive is there to do business with GameStop. I like the way you're thinking. And obviously GameStop is thinking beyond anything. Guys got to remember, these guys are complex and they're the number one thinkers in the world. There was no real incentive program at Chewy, but they went ahead and adopted something like this for GameStop, and it's going to work. It's going to work. They took some good consulting. They took a good business model, and they're pushing it on to gamers. So I'm very excited. I do have a question here from Frankie Big Lips. And Frankie Big Lips says, did you get a different mic? Shit sounds clear as F. Yes and no, Frankie. My microphone, just so that we're clear, my lighting and my microphone, I got it at GameStop. But my daughter has these other things going for her, like at work. And she's the one who got me the 4K camera, and she got me the mic boom stand. And I had never really used it and put it all together. I was frustrated with my channel. I was frustrated with the way I sounded. I was frustrated with the way you could find videos. So I took my time on Sunday to put everything together. I made up playlist for the whole channel. So if you go to the playlist, I break down every single security, to the most part, what we talk about. I broke down playlists for Mullen, playlist for Bed Bath & Beyond, playlist for Carvana, playlist for, GameStop, AMC, playlist for Beef, for whenever I'm talking to the punks, playlist for Connect the Dots, playlist for live interviews, playlist for the live streams. I broke down everything. So I did that, and I did fix my microphone, as in using all the equipment that my daughter's ever bought me. So that's what I'm using. So if it sounds better, that was the plan. And I'm going that route. So there you go. But go ahead, Swap. I'm sorry to cut you off with that. I just want to answer that question.
No, don't apologize. It's your show. It's a privilege for me just to be here. So feel free to cut me off whenever. So as I was saying, the subscriptions. I think people are really underestimating the subscription service, because also keep in mind there's obviously potential for an acquisition. Again, we don't know what the acquisition could be. I think that acquisition, I've already left my thoughts on it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Being a hardware scale or whatever. I also think that management, Ryan Cohen, Cheng and the guys, they're also going to think of a way for this acquisition to also cater to the subscription service. So whatever they acquire, what sort of value can that bring to pro members? I think in the back of my mind, Ryan Cohen is really working on that, on a future for the pro members. We know that they did an NFT recently, not recently, but quite a while ago. If I'm not, I could be wrong. I think it was just for pro members. I don't know. Actually, I'm not
NFT?
sure. Yes,
it was the NFT that I saw. I mean, I've seen plenty of NFTs, but the NFT that I was given was if you're one of the original shoppers, and then they did one with Immutable X getting an NFT for their actual game themselves, cards. But yeah, I don't remember. I've done so much NFT stuff that I forgot a little bit. But and I hear you talking, Swap, and I don't mean to cut you off. I got to get up for a second because my throat is parched, and that's why I keep coughing and everything. But I'm going to come right back to you. I'm going to come back to me too, Power. I see you in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to all you guys in a minute. Just let me go ahead and step out for a second. I'll be right back. And then I'll play a song while I'm out. So appreciate you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Pretty got an apartment in the city and a beach house off the coast. It costs a couple milli. We are going toe to toe. We be singing while we're winning. By the time I'm 24, it's hard to deal with it. If you got a man, send his brokers back to bed. Cause tonight we flying high first class to Japan. Eating sushi, wearing Gucci hot springs cause we can. Sipping on sake, making $1 million plans. Super yacht, smoking pot with our $1 billion friends. Bright lights, white lines, summer in the south of France. We're going on a plane and we won't be back again. Cause we're heading to the moon, screaming catch me if you can. So I'm about a 9, but she thinks I'm a 7. Got money all of a sudden. She thinks I'm 11.
Wow, how much did you make?
Nah, I never be telling. Let's just say I went through hell to be living in heaven. Boom, boom.
Ching, ching.
Boom, boom.
Ching, ching.
Boom, boom.
Ching, ching.
Make money, middle finger up. Come on, let us sing now. Boom, boom.
Ching, ching.
Boom, boom.
Ching, ching.
Boom, boom.
Ching, ching.
Make money, middle finger up. Come on, let us sing now. Middle finger up, come on, let us sing now. Make money, middle finger up, come Come on, let us sing now. I am fly man, diamonds on the hand. Got money in the pocket, about to pop a rubber band. Fly to an island off the coast of Iran. Got money in advance, so the honeys all dance. Got 25,000 in the duffel out plan. It's a G6 like a taxi cab. Tell your girlfriends that they can bring their friends. Make rain, get paid, go play full send. Big gold chains even with embargoes. Got diamonds on the neck like Leonardo. You don't even wanna know how fast the car go. When I peel off in the Mercy Alago. Got foreign doors and marble floors with an army force on the count of 4. Ready, lock and load, let's rock and roll. When we talk it over, it was nice to know ya. So I'm about a 9, but she thinks I'm a 7. Got money, all of a sudden she thinks I'm 11.
Wow, how much did you make?
Nah, I'll never be telling. Let's just say I went through hell to be living in heaven.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It's me right now with potential GameStop investors for a lifetime here in the chat. Right now, I have Swap Prince. Of course, I have other individuals that want to join the chat, and you guys can at any time. It is pinned to the top of the chat. It's the Discord channel. It's completely free. It always will be. I'll paste it again. You guys can go ahead and come in, talk, ask questions, and or just give me hell. I don't mind. But I'm not feeling well. I'm under the weather, but I guess I'm going to have to deal with it. Why would any gamer buy hardware at GameStop when they can get it for an average of 175% cheaper elsewhere? Seabiscuit is obviously price anchoring himself to say that he can get it for 175% cheaper elsewhere. I didn't know that there was a number more than 100. So I have to find out what that means. But if he's saying elsewhere, that's pretty awesome. But hey, how you doing, brother? I'm back.
Sorry about that, Marantz. Look, I don't want to take up all your time.
Take up all my time, bro. I'm going nowhere.
Look, I appreciate it. There's probably other viewers who probably want to have a chat. So I'll leave you at it. Thanks for the chat. Maybe I'll hop on next time and maybe we can talk about more. Maybe we might clash heads tomorrow. Who knows?
I doubt it. I doubt it because it sounds like you're on the right path, on the right side of history on this one. So you're doing
Thank
great.
you very much, man.
Yeah, no
have a good
problem.
stream.
Thank you. So right here, when we're looking, I just want to make sure that we're clear. When we're looking at AMC, do you see that yellow line? That's where Adam Aron's average stock price was that he sold all his shares recently for the company. They sold the 40 million. So that number hasn't changed. And so the stock is right back to where he sold it. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes down. And it's unfortunate for some people. This is going to be their true level of resistance, not support. GameStop, on the hand, is at $17.57, looking healthy, going green today, feel good. AMC, green, 31 cents. And Costco, green, way up there for me. I like it. I like it at $2.63. We know that I bought in at $4.80 recently this year. That's my buy this year. But truth is, I buy every payday. They take it out of my check. I commit myself to it, and I don't mind. I don't mind stacking my money over there and letting it go. Next year, we'll see how much I buy in. Probably do about 8,000. Who knows? I just had a little bit extra this year, but next year probably $8,000 on GameStop. I mean on Costco. I buy in every year, guys. Okay, and after 10 years, you'll have 100,000. After 20 years, you'll have 300,000. Like you'll figure it out how much you have in there, and you'll all thank me one day and be like, "Yo, that guy was crazy. He was right. I know." But also buy GameStop. I buy plenty of that. I buy over a share a day on average. And I do pretty well. So I'll just leave it there for you guys. Let's go back to the chat, back to the channel. If you're in the chat right now, I had so many people come through the voice chat channel. Come on in. You guys can dive in with me, talk to me. The ones who were just here and left, come right back and I'm good. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the speeches by our president, so I apologize. Forgive me now, guys, but I just don't. Meow to whatever. I added you as a friend. You can go ahead and come right back in the chat if you'd like. If not, I'm going to keep reading the chat, but I appreciate you guys. Bought a PS5 for my 10-year-old nephew, and he said he only wants PS5 with physical games. New gamers are born every day. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that. I do agree with that. My son is one as well, and he does not want digital. He just wants physical. That's just the way it's been since I met him. What do you know? I met him in my nuts. That's about it. I don't care what you guys tell me right about now. We must get the loons out permanently and destroy the evil. Sure. All right. In the chat, in the channel right now is Jay Kerwin, my man. Jay, what's up, babe? How you doing?
Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
Absolutely. Crystal clear.
Okay.
Nice. So, did you get to see the movie yet?
I have not. I saw you very excited about it. I wanted to see it. The problem that I have is I don't have a lot of free time, and
Gotcha.
I work so much, and then when I'm not working, I'm doing the channel. But just getting away right now. I didn't have any money this week. I've been extremely. The word is called broke. I'm living.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't think you hear me. I probably have about $13 in my bank account right now. I'm not exaggerating to people. We had this thing, right? So I plan out every dollar to the dollar on my finances. Now, mind you, everything's paid. I'm not, I don't owe anybody money, and my wife gets a good chunk of my money when it comes in because she takes care of that part of it. But this is just out of my spending cash. I'm down to $13 right now. I'm not even joking with you guys. I'm dead serious. $13. And the reason is because at work they switched up our pay timeline. We had an extra week this year on the pay scale, so we actually did 3 paydays. And so what it does is it pays you out 1 week of pay, and then you have to go 2 weeks without pay. So where I have to get to tomorrow is it would be the second week, but I've gone this last 2 weeks on 1 week of pay, not 2 weeks. So it kind of threw off my algos a little bit. I wasn't ready for that. I was ready, but I made it. I'm telling you, I made it because my truck has gas. I have food at the house. I went grocery shopping just the other night with my wife, and yeah, I'm gonna make it though. I am. I'm just like you guys. I'm grinding it out the best I can. But damn. That's all I can tell you.
We just got to keep grinding. I mean, it is like down to the penny. It's like, okay, I got $1,085. Well,
yep.
All right, I'll put 1,000 into GameStop and I'll try and live off of this $85.
I'll tell you how I do it.
See how far it goes.
No, I'll tell you how I do it. Let's just say after it's all said and done, every 2 weeks I got about $600, right? I have $600 to me, and I go, okay, what am I gonna do with this $600? I'll cut the number in half. And I go, okay, I got to make it $300, and I have 14 days till I get paid again. So let's just divide that by 14. That's how much money I have per day. Let's go for it. So that's how I do it normally. I'm good, and I'm good with the number. And then with the other half, I'm buying GameStop shares. So I'm putting around $150 to $300 a week in GameStop, and give or take a week or two. And that gives me about $600 a month. That gives me, on average, around $7,000 a year. I'm okay. Doing it for 3 years. It's an extra $20,000, $30,000 that I'm going to put in. I'm never going to miss it. I'm not even going to talk about it. Whatever. And sure enough, I end up putting more. I end up going, I can afford to do a little more. I go dig where I can. And whatever. It's my habit. It's my hobby. But I know I'm doing it right because when the prices come down like this, where it's at $17.50, I'm digging a little deeper, and I'm proud of myself. So I'm gonna do okay. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna walk it off. But then I will find money for the movie. I want to watch it. I do want to support Cinemark movie theaters and go watch it. So we don't have the AMC movie theaters where I live. We only have Cinemark. So, but definitely I want to watch it. Why not? Why not watch it and cheer on GameStop? Wear my shirt when I walk in the building. But I wear, people always say, Marantz, you have the same shirt on every day. Guys, it's not the same shirt. I just own a lot of them. And that's because Donko on the channel, I believe it was Donko who sent it to me. He sent me like 400 T-shirts. What the hell is I going to do with them? I've shipped out plenty of them. I'm supposed to ship out more. I owe Josh Brown a shirt. I owe a lot of people shirts. I've been busy, man. And I can't even make it down to the post office. And that costs me money to ship off stuff. So I have to factor that into the money I use. But, the economy sucks. Gas is $5.60 a gallon, and I live in California. What the hell you want me to do? I live out in the middle of nowhere. I got to drive 11 miles just to get to work. I've got to drive an hour to get my son to school and back. In California traffic, it's unreal. It's unreal what I'm going through. So how about Marantz Rantz hair dye? Andrew, thank you so much for that, Andrew. I don't dye my hair. But thanks for asking me to do that.
You know what there is? There is a shampoo that is like a normal shampoo that darkens only gray hair. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I have, and I won't get it because my wife says she likes salt and pepper.
Oh, okay. It's called something X. I forget the name of it.
We can
One
call
of
it
my clients
anything you
uses
want.
it. It looks pretty good.
I bet, but the problem is I'm gonna start walking around with dark ass hair, and then people are gonna be like, "Yo, this guy dyes his hair," and that's it. As a man, it just doesn't feel right. We're supposed to have gray hair.
And
We're supposed to have that George Clooney thing going.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so the movie was basically like back to our track days. It's like someone made a movie of my biggest track win. Like, because I'm watching these regular people. One girl's a nurse, Ugly Betty, America Ferrara, right?
Yeah.
And then another guy's a Latino kid. I don't know his name, but he's really like the highlight of the movie. He's funny. He does this whole TikTok dance, but it's like watching them was like me. I mean, I put every dollar I had into GameStop, and no one was listening, and everybody's like, "They used video game store," and I'm like, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like somebody videotaped me. It was 90% sure it was a Thursday night. It was 3:00 in the morning, and I'm like waking up and I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, oh shit, it's running. And it hit 489, 490, 500. And I took a screenshot, 500. I said, at that time I had, 10,000 shares. I go, I have $5 million.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God. And everybody, the next, I don't know if I told you, so I ran into these clients and they're like, yeah, I think I told you, but they're like, you have $5 million? I go, it's unbelievable. Can you believe it? They're like, sell.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I didn't sell, just like Ugly Betty. She didn't sell in the movie, and I don't want to give it away, but I think you but it's like how much, net worth minus 15,000, still holding.
Yeah.
And then this other Roaring Kitty, it's like net worth, I don't know, cut down from 50 million down to 17 million. It says still holding. Oh, also he doubled down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. And the music, it put the memes in with the apes and the the memes were in the songs. It was like, yes. And so the funny thing, I think I typed this to you, but so I went with a buddy, and there's two people on my right, two people on my left. I go, hey, let me ask you a question. You own GME, right? They're like, do I own what? I'm like,
yeah.
GME, GameStop. And they literally had no idea what I was talking about. I go, the stock, the movie we're about to watch.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. I go, really? Then why are you here? And he's like, the first guy goes, oh, no, I really like Seth Rogen and some of the other actors. And I'm like, what?
Pete Davidson, that's what they want to watch.
Yeah, and then a guy on my right, I go, hey, man, quick little survey. You own GameStop? And he's like, no, the stock? I mean, aren't they like almost bankrupt? I go, almost bankrupt? I'm like, they got no debt. They got this much money in the bank.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I didn't know that. Then at the end, when the movie was over, he goes, so, dude, you still own it? I go, do I still own it? I've snuck to the ATM machine, put money in the ATM, forwarded it to Fidelity, and said, bye. Yeah. I've done that 200 times. He goes, really? I go, yeah. If I had any money left, I'd buy it tomorrow. And he's like, you know what, dude? Monday I'm buying. I said, all right. I pulled a Marantz.
There you
and
go.
I got a customer.
Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. I haven't convinced one person to buy GameStop. That's not what I've done. What I've done is I've highlighted,
just sharing the information.
Yeah, I've highlighted the information that people fail to realize is factual. So, if they choose to buy it, they choose to buy it. Me personally, man, I want everybody out of my way. I want to own the whole damn thing. So, I
wanted to ask you this question. It's funny that we're able to talk live.
Sure.
So this guy this morning I trained, he's like an options guy or whatever, right?
Sure.
And he's like, so I told you I was debating whether this money I have with a money manager, he's my client, but I'm debating whether to put it all into cash or anyhow, I went into all cash. And he goes, so it's a pretty large amount of money.
Right.
He goes, so what are you going to do with that money? I go, well, what do you think I'm going to do? He goes, dude, I'll just tell you, it doesn't matter. He's like, you're going to put $700,000 into GameStop on top of what you already have, which is, it's 7 figures.
No, I know.
Anyhow. Yeah. So he's like, that would be the dumbest thing in the world.
Yep.
He goes, let me be clear, Jay. Let me be clear. You should lose all of your money if you do that. I go, I don't see, what are you talking about? Zero debt. They're making money. He goes, so this company's profitable? Now, I don't claim to know everything, right? I go, well, they were. And then, we lost $2 million the last
quarter
earnings report. And he goes, hold on, let me check. He goes, it says you lost 30-something cents a share. And I go,
that was last year.
Last year?
Yeah, last year. This year they lost 1 cent.
Okay, see, I didn't have the answer for him. I go, well, I don't have the answer for that, but that doesn't sound right. Wasn't it supposed to be 14 cents? And
the
it
projection
ended up
was to match Wall Street's high end was 14 cents. The low end was 17, and we came in at 1.
Oh, okay. So now I'll tell him.
We murdered it.
He goes, Jay, let me be clear. I don't want to beat around the bush here. You deserve to lose every dollar if you put that money in GameStop. I go, have you not been listening?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all I talk about. And he goes,
I'm with you.
Dude. So I go, well, what do you want me to do with the money? He goes, just put it in a money market and make 5% and be happy. And I'm like,
no, they're absolutely correct.
I mean,
watch this. You make your 5%, you take the 5, and then you go buy GameStop with the 5, right? That's the way they would do it. Yeah. But then when you look at Ryan Cohen putting in $10 million at a time each year, so Ryan's going to lose it all. I'm going to lose it all. Come find me. Yeah. Because you know what?
Yes.
I don't know how. I'll put it this way, because apparently these guys are living life, at the tail end of it, or scared. If I were to lose every dollar I have in the markets right now, which is not as much as yours, but I have enough to where it would matter to me. 6 figures is one thing. So if I were to lose every dollar I have in the markets based off of the way I invest, I would just go make more. And I'm okay with that. But it's not a gamble. It's not a bet. It's not like when people say, oh my God, my son was looking at one of my accounts and he goes, hey Dad, he goes, what happened here? Because he can see it go down, right?
Yeah.
And I go, oh no, no, they're just attacking the stock. I go, it doesn't matter. I still buy every day. And he goes, oh, okay. He's like, so you can't lose it all? I said, no, the company would have to go bankrupt for me to lose it all. He's like, are they going to go bankrupt? And I said, no. He's like, oh, I heard. And it's always like that. Well, I heard.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, well, I go, well, they obviously haven't been watching the videos in the channel, son. So, no, my kids are going to find out the best way they can, in a will and a trust. But I'm with you all the way, Jay. You know that you've been rocking with me for 2.5 years, and I'm telling you, I remember we had all that money out of Tesla, and then you said, I'm all in on GameStop, and that's cool, man. You're riding a wave, and if you make it, I make it. That's the way I see it. So I'm running with you. How about that? So
and here's the other thing.
Yes,
I don't know if I typed out this story, but so I have like 7 accounts, IRA, Roth IRA, blah blah blah, investment account. So in one of my investment accounts, I did DRS it. So I had I think I had 12,000 shares. So I go, hey, I want to DRS 9,999 shares. And they're like, okay. So I'm staring at the ticker as I do all fucking day. And I'm staring and staring and staring. And then I go, on the ticker, someone just bought or sold, whatever, 9,999 shares. I go, oh my God, that's the same exact thing, but that I needed. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Fidelity should have had my shares for months or years.
Yeah.
So when I said, hey, take the shares that I have in my account, because I'm looking at it, and I want you to take 9,999 shares and send it to ComputerShare. Well, they didn't have a share. They had to go buy them on the market. So it just proves nobody really has any shares. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying.
Explaining that right?
Yeah, no, I get it. They always have to go get the shares to complete the order, that whatever you're asking for. And it's like a big IOU, which I don't care. Amo and I were having a conversation last night, and to the guys in the chat, I'm reading here, and they don't understand. Like, Amo has a big enough position where if he were to sell, he sells at a loss, in this position because where the stock price is today. But he made so much money on the other positions to get that position. Did you really lose? That's what you have to ask yourself. Like, when you're judging your position into GameStop, how much were you up when you put in at that level? Like for him, being up 120,000 at one time, where you're looking at it, you're like, okay, if I sell right now, I'm gone with 120. Do I want that? Nah, I'm good. Like I told my wife. My wife says I can't sell unless she doesn't have to work. So she has the mindset that I'm not selling unless it's going to change her life. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, babe. Like, really, that means you have my back on this one. But if I were to sell for less, my wife would be pissed because she still got to work. There it is. So I'm not selling.
Yes.
That's it.
That's why you got to watch the movie. That right. What you just said is one of the scenes in the movie, and it's like the wife is like, "All right, we hold," and I was like, "Yeah." So
don't worry.
Yeah. So
I'm holding.
Did I ever tell you I've never bought options, but the guy I was referring to before, the options guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is right after it was 500, then it went down to whatever, then it went down to 41.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I had $1,200. And I was like, I'm going to go buy shares. And my options guy goes, if you really think this is going to go, then you should buy an option. I said, I literally have no idea what an option is. And he goes, well, it's a bet that, okay, you think it's going to hit what? What is it at now? I said, 41. He goes, all right, what do you think it can go to? I said, I think it hit 100. I think it can go to 100. He goes, all right, let's look around. He goes, here you go, 107. Do you think it'll hit 107? I go, absolutely. He goes, by when? I said, within 2 weeks. He goes, all right, this is the option you're going to buy.
Yep.
So I bought that option, and it was $1,200. And then this is when I had a Robinhood account, because it is pretty easy to do that stuff on Robinhood.
I think it is.
I turned $1,200 into, well, the money amount doesn't matter, but it was like $200 and something, but $1,000, $200 and something $1,000, $238,000. And I go, oh my God. And I go, what do I do now? He goes, well, you need to either sell or buy the shares. So I go, well, I want the shares. He goes, all right, well, you got to come up with the money or sell half of your position and buy the shares with that money. So that's what I did. I had 1,100, shares or whatever, options.
Right.
And so I sold 500 to buy 600 shares. So in the end, I ended up with 600 shares for $1,200, which is 2 cents a share.
Yeah, you did really well.
Yeah, so if that was my only account, I'd be up a lot. I bought these for 2 cents. Now they're $80.
No, I remember seeing a kid who was buying shares for 63 cents because of the options. And he was so happy. And he came out at like $1.9 million off of 10,000. And
wow.
And it's like, okay, did he sell and take his profit? If you took 2 million, I'm happy for you. I really am. But
yeah,
I'm gonna talk to you about the chat right now because I have this guy attacking me. His name's Ryan Cohen, and he spells it wrong anyway. But he says right here, he says DFV would never visit this community. Okay, and then he says DFV actually had creds like being a CFA level 3. Marantz sells hot dogs $1.50. Okay, Ryan. Hey, Ryan. Mr. Cohen, Mr. Ryan Cohen with the 3 in your name. Not the Ryan Cohen, but this punk. If you think that I just sell hot dogs for $1.50 and I don't actually know what's happening here and like explaining balance sheets and explaining private equity and explaining what Costco and GameStop are, like I literally break it all down for you, retail, then you got the wrong guy. Okay. Obviously, if you have come to a YouTube channel, you come for information and knowledge. And hopefully the majority of you have learned something by being here, hanging out over the past couple of years. In this case, this guy's learned nothing But if what I do for a living dictates the intellect and the delivery and the information, then I apologize. But you're here, and you're clicking and you're typing. So thank you so much for your insight and the view. I appreciate you. The next guy says, and this is Wu-Ting Financial. This is the kid I just kicked his ass all morning.
Oh, yeah.
He says,
Yeah.
Marantz, you sure showed me Bath and Body Works. Let's effing go. Yeah. Wu-Ting Financial, you did zero due diligence. You went and looked at a balance sheet and came out with the stock price and refused to actually look at the fundamentals of the company. So the cash flow chart tells you that it's terrible. The insider transactions on the 10K tell you that it's terrible. The board of directors tell you it's terrible. And you're messing with an inflated stock. I wouldn't touch it. And I know I'm right. And it's private equity driven. I know I'm right. And Wu-Ting Financial, you're on the wrong side of history. Go watch Connect the Dots, please. And that was that part. I'm reading everything. It says, Almo, quit spamming the chat. Don't you have $2 average down? Sure, I'm pretty sure everybody does. I know I love buying, in cost and lowering my cost average down because I know eventually the stock price will eclipse my cost average. Between my two accounts, I am almost at 29. I'm there. I'm really close. And I'm very happy with that number. I'm so close to $100 flat. And you know what that means, 25. It's just going to take one big buy order from me. And I've been waiting for it. And now I have the funds to do it. And I just need the blessing from my wife to do it. So the funds will be here within the next 2 weeks. And it's going to be something.
What is it? You getting a bonus?
Yeah, I get my bonus annually. And so you get 2 bonuses when you work for Costco. And I get a 401k infusion bonus, which I'm allowed to take out of that and actually put towards because they match the purchase of securities. So if I buy Costco stock, I can put in my own money, like from my check, and they're going to match it. So if people only knew how much Costco stock I'm buying that they're matching, it'd be awesome. That's why I bought in for 20 grand. And everybody was like, why the hell do you buy 20 grand at Costco and not 20 grand at GameStop? I'll let you know about that later and the price I pay and the no fees I pay and everything else I pay. And but it's okay. I don't need to explain my finances to them. But on the other side of that, every year as a senior manager, you get a bonus. So I get my bonus. And it's good enough to where I do get paid well each week, every 2 weeks, whatever it may be. So I have enough left over where I can take a significant chunk and buy 200, 300 shares of GameStop and still feel good about my position. So that's probably what it'll take to tip over to get to $1 down, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And it's not like I have a huge position like you or like Pep in the past and everyone else that I've talked to. Hell, Almo's sitting on almost 2,000 shares. Like that's a big number, guys. Like if people knew, Ruben has a big number, Kyoto has a big number. We're talking thousands, and that's just in the chat here. In the group that I deal with here. Yeah. I'm just telling you, and I know some people have like 20 shares, 30 shares. It doesn't matter. It's like you got to start somewhere and start accumulating. So, Wu-Ting Financial.
Did you ever hear back from Pep?
I did not.
I called him. That's crazy, right?
I called him. I left a message, and then I found out some stuff. I left it where it's at. I just wish him the best with his concerns that he had physically, and I respect his privacy. So, love the man. I'm down with him till the very end. He got me started on YouTube. He backed me. He was the first guy to actually really back me, tell me, "Hey, I believe in you."
Oh wow!
And
okay,
and he said it. Let's do it. Let's promote this channel. Let's get you up. And yeah, it was a good boost of energy for me mentally, and I'm forever thankful. So, and I always will be. I have Clash of Clans with the Town Hall 14 Max. Wow, look at that. That guy plays a lot. I used to play it a lot. We used to be like that. Subscription service on what? Razors. The GameStop is going to complete with the Dollar Shave Club too. Oh, okay. Seabiscuit's trying to be funny. Prime or any subscription model doesn't need points, Marantz. You'll see how it goes. Ugly chat again with some of these people and vulgar now. I'll just watch your videos later, Marantz. GME all the way. Bye. Yeah, thank you so much, Amber. Appreciate it. She doesn't like negativity, apparently. Look at Costco. Yeah, look at Costco. It's great. Thank you so much. GME Razor subscription service going to be complete. Oh yeah, we can beat Dollar Shave Club myself if I really think about it. That's awesome. I think gamers need to shave because they get lazy and just sit there. But if you're like Jay here, Jay's not lazy. Jay works out every day, and
That's right.
he's a GameStop guy. So in the chat right now with us, we have Me Too Power. How are you doing, Me Too?
Me Too Power, bro. It's Me Too Power.
Me Too Power. I don't know exactly what that means, but I got you.
It's a Pokemon. It's a Pokemon.
Oh, Me Too. That guy with the little whiskers?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I don't play Pokemon too much, but I know enough. So what's going on, brother? What's on your mind? The floor is yours.
No, nothing, dude. I'm just chilling, hanging out.
It's awesome. I appreciate you. You've been around for a minute. I don't recognize the name. Should I? Have we talked before?
I have. I've just been scoping you out and just listening to like a lot of your YouTubes and stuff. I used to listen to Cosmic Lightning.
Okay.
But he's out the picture, so you're my main guy, bro.
Appreciate it. Way to be second best, I guess. You know, I'm a cheap date.
Nah, we're all the best.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I really do. So have you watched Connect the Dots yet?
Is that your YouTube?
Yeah. So
No, not
trust
yet.
me. You would know. You would know.
Yeah.
So there's a series on YouTube that I have started. It's called Connect the Dots, and it explains private equity and the influence it has on publicly traded companies. And you'll learn a lot about why I'm in GameStop and why I'm against numerous other investments. So I think it's a great education piece. It blows your mind when you watch it. And it's 1 through 35. You just push play, walk away, and I think you get a good grip on what's happening here in America.
Nice. I posted my my DRS shares on GME stocks general chat.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the Discord's free. It's cool. People hang out with you.
So
Yeah, I only Discord. I DRS'd my whole position. It was 50 shares. I was so happy about it.
mm-hmm.
Everyone who ever asked, bro. I got 50 shares for everybody. Going good. But other than that, you can hang out with us. I'm just going to keep reading the chat, see if there's any questions in here. But also in the Discord that just popped in, we have Yoda. Yoda the One. Good morning, Yoda. You can unmute yourself. We have Me Too here, and anyone else who wants to talk. But Yoda, what's up? Guys come in and they don't unmute their mic, but it's cool. Ken Griffin loves bundling GME and AMC together. They are not the same. Correct. GME is a diamond. AMC is a piece of crap. Correct. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. And he's referring to the video that just came out where he was talking about. Hey, Yoda, how you doing, man?
Very well, very well. I just dropped something on the floor. So good afternoon from Canada. I was listening to you, and I thought I would go on Discord to see if you were. Are you always using the Discord chat thing?
Yeah, well, whenever I'm live, yes. But the Discord crew, they use the chat channel from time to time, and they hang out in Discord a lot. I don't. When I can, I come in, but that's about it.
And I don't know if you already did talk about it today, but could you say again what you think about the crazy short percentage that we got on the 18 and how it's going today? Crazy manipulation again. What do you think of all that?
Are you from Ontario?
Quebec.
Quebec. Okay,
Quebec,
cool.
Province of Quebec, near Ontario.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know much about Canada. I'm just curious.
It's okay.
Yeah, short percentage. So it was the amount of the float that was traded that was short. It was a large amount yesterday. And am I surprised? No. I'm numb to it all. I'm used to it. I just know that when the stock price is coming down on minimal volume, it tells me everything I need to know. They have the ability to knock down the stock price, which is great. It can take people out mentally. People like Raiderbo, people like Suit, people like Running from Bears. These individuals have, they don't have the mental toughness, the fortitude to hang out with me and hold the shares for as long as you might need to. Because people come up with the idea that they need to see gratification now. They want it now. They don't want the journey. They don't want the grind. They don't want the struggle. They want it now. And I know these guys. They vote left, they hug trees, and they share bathrooms. So it's not me. And I don't, and people be like, well, don't make it political, Marantz. It's not that. It's the stance that you have in general. You stand on the side of being weak-minded. I was raised by my father. And I didn't have a mom like you guys, traditional mom. You know, my mother left us when we were about 3 years old. And my dad found a way at 21 years old and having 4 kids. My dad was a single dad, and he had to find a way. And he got really lucky. He found my stepmom, but my dad worked 2 jobs. He grinded. He convinced his boss of a nightclub when he was DJing at night to loan us money for a HUD home, and he loaned out $5,000. And he fronted my dad the $5,000 to buy this home. And my dad worked his whole life. He worked every night at a nightclub for free because he was paying him back $200 a day by DJing at night. So he paid back the $5,000 loan by DJing at night. And that was the deal. That's the kind of deals you made as a man. You'd make a handshake deal. It wasn't written on paper or a napkin. It was a handshake. And my dad went and did it. And by watching him grind out 2 jobs a day, and my brother and I, we saw a man who was going to work harder than the next guy to provide for his kids, his children. And it had an unwavering effect on me as a man. When I was at home, when I was 16 years old, I felt like I was wasting my life. So I went and got a job. I got another job. And I just kept getting jobs. I kept working on my craft of communicating with people and putting my best foot forward. My father sold that house and upgraded to a new house that he bought for $192,000 in 2002. That must have been $1 million back then because we came from nothing. And I went to the Army and I came home and he had this really nice home with a pool and all the stuff we never had growing up. Gated community, behind walls. I said, damn, Pops, this is nice. He said, yeah. The housing crisis came. The vultures came. My dad cut off his arm in 2007, I want to say. And when I say he cut off his arm, he was working on a house and he got his saw blade caught on a 2x4 and it skipped. And the guard was actually pinned up on the saw so that he could cut without the guard on. And it skipped off the rail. He had never been hurt at work a day in his life. He's a Finnish carpenter. And that saw caught his hand, cut open his whole arm. All the guts came out. Boom. The saw then cut off its own power cord. That's how it turned off. It hit the couch, hit the wall, hit the tile, hit the ceiling. It was crazy. And he was with my uncle. The same uncle that goes running with us every weekend. And they wrapped his arm in a towel. And then they held it up over his head. And they ran him to the hospital. My dad. And his whole arm's gone. And he's just sitting there with just bone and skin, no muscle, tendons, everything's gutted. He's gutted. He's bleeding out. They call me. Say, Marantz, your dad, he had an injury. We need you here now. I come running. I'm going down the road. I'm at the hospital with my wife. And we're all nervous, but the nurse knew us. The head nurse knew who I was. She said, oh my God, you're the coaches of my son's football team. Your dad's in there bleeding out. I said, I know, hook me up, let's go. They were going to hook me up and they were going to take my blood. They're going to give him my blood. And I said, just give it all. My pop's got to live. So my dad, he's right there. He's turning white. And I'm in the room and I'm with him. And he's just sitting there. And he can't look at his arm because it's disgusting. The guts are out of it. And I'm just looking at him. And you know what my dad is doing? My dad's looking at me and he's not afraid of dying. He's not afraid of bleeding out on the table. My dad goes, man, did somebody pick up my tools? It taught me so much about that man. That even in that moment, he's worried about his tools. He's worried about how he's going to be able to provide for his kids the next day. And yes, I'm a grown man at the time, but he still needs to provide for his family. My pop says, anybody grab my tools? And I said, Dad, don't worry about it. I'm going to go pick them up. And my dad lost total use of his hand for 10 years. Through rehab, he can move his pinky and his thumb. He can't grab anything. He can't feel anything. His arm is just there. He can't provide for his family, and all he's ever known is how to use his hands, a hammer, a nail gun, a screwdriver, a cordless drill, a sawzall, table saw, chop saw, crown molding, baseboard, doors, French doors, fire doors, 8/0 doors, closets, hardware. What we know in our whole lives. So my pops, he has no arm, right? And he looks at me. He says, I want to die. I was like, what? He goes, nah. He goes, this is all I know. He was so depressed. He couldn't provide for his family anymore the way he wanted to. My dad called me today. We talk. He actually texted me today. He texted me and Rico today. We text every day, right? Whatever it may be. My pops texts and he goes, I just want to let y'all know. And I'm like, what's up, Dad? He said, I just want to let you know I'm up. I'm up. That's because he managed to get his paper up, his money up. He managed to save. He managed to grind. He managed to get back out there and figure a way to make a living with nothing. Watching the resilience from that man, being 21 with 4 kids and nothing, to what he has today, it's not even the dollar, man. It's not even the dollar. It's the way he did it. I pray to be that strong. I pray to be that great. I can fail on my investment. I can fail on GameStop. I'm going to keep grinding. I am. My pops taught me so much in a moment, and he didn't even have to say anything other than, oh man, what about my tools? I love that, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
He's not even here to hear it, bro. And I'm not worried about it. I'm just happy I said it. Hey.
Oh, he can hear you, bro.
I hear you. Me Too Power, man. How you doing, man? It's my pops, bro. My pops is the real one. You guys see him in the chat. You know who he is. His name's Willie Bobo. Can you imagine how hard it is for him to text and type in the chat? He only got one hand that works. He plays Destiny with the thumb and a pinky on the controller, and I don't know how he snipes and shoots. But that video games helped him with his rehab on his hand. Taught him how to control his hand again and grab the controls and do subtle movements. And 10 years after the accident, he started DJing again. And he's been doing that recently. He's able to use both hands. He masks it pretty well. I do make fun of him. I call him the one-armed bandit. I love him. It's all with love. My pops helps me with my house, cutting the grass, doing all the chores I have around here, any maintenance work I might have. He mentors me. He motivates me. And he's awesome. So shout out to Pops. Keep grinding. Everything else is the truth. All these guys out here will never tell you shit like this. Okay? No YouTuber out here, nobody in this space of finance is ever going to tell you the truth about themselves. They're not about it. They're not real. They're not sincere. That's why I tell you, when I see people being fake and the friends aren't real and they come into the chat and they just use you for what it is, use you for some engagement. They try to be funny in the chat like Gravis here, who's been hanging out with PPCs and comes back in negative. There's more to the man than what you see right here. There's more to the man than what you let be seen. But you'll never do it. You'll hide behind caricatures and everything. LG27 is my best friend of my whole life since I was 7 years old. I'm not joking with you when I tell you this. That man has lived across the street from me my whole life. When my dad moved, I told you guys this. My dad bought the new house. His folks moved in next door. They were my neighbors at the previous spot. They moved to the next spot just to be the neighbors again. When I got my own place and apartments and I was out of the army and I came back, who was my neighbor? This young man right here, LG27. He's been my right-hand man, pots and pans, since I was born. I'm telling you, he knows my father just like I do. He calls my dad dad. My dad's more of a dad to him than anybody. But that's the way it is. That's how we are born and raised. We're brought up in a different hood. So when I tell you how loyal I am and the integrity goes a long way and the loyalty matters to me, that's why I tell you what I said yesterday. And that's why I tell you how I feel this morning when I wake up. I don't need no new friends, man. I don't need new friends. I got them. And if you're down with me, you're down with me. If you're down with Almo, you're down with Almo. If you're down with, Kyoto and Pep and Hot and Ravens and Lind, everybody, if that's who you are, if you cut, then you're with me. And that's it. Yeah, I know. It's cool, man. Hearing that story of your dad made me miss mine. Not all around no more. Love that man, Marantz, to the fullest. Yeah, without a doubt. Some people can relate, some can't. So, you wish your dad was my dad? Yeah, my pops, he managed to raise a lot of us. So we couldn't afford, check that, I'll tell you another story. This is easy. We're watching the stock. Who cares? That's how we passed our day, guys. We couldn't afford to be on sports teams growing up. We were very athletic. We knew we were the best in the street. We were the best that didn't play organized sports growing up. There was two sets of twins. It was me and my brother and Jamie and Jamal. We grew up on the same block. And we were the best athletes, I would say, of the generation, like that type style. So we were like, all right, we play ball. But we couldn't afford to play ball because it cost money to be on a sports team. So finally, when we had the money to do it, our 8th grade year, my dad goes out. My dad takes us to practice. And our coach is, God rest his soul. I don't know if he's still alive, to be honest with you. Our coach was 300 to 400 pounds. Excuse me. His name was Doug. And we're playing a game called 3 Flags Up. And it's where you have the ball and you throw it to a group of people. And the first person to catch 3 bombs, gets to throw the ball. And of course, I was out there playing wide receiver and I'm catching the 3. I catch the 3. Easy. And because that's just who I was. I could jump higher and I could catch. So then I go out and I want to show off my arm. So I go to the 50-yard line and I'm throwing bombs. 8th grade. Bombs. 50 yards. Easy. Way up there in the sky. Nobody could catch them because it's so far up and all this stuff. And Coach Doug is looking over across the way and he tells my dad, he goes, hey, is that your boy? And my dad's like, yeah, that's my son. He goes, hey, he's going to be the quarterback. Come here. And they made me the quarterback, right? So I was like, okay, because I had this gun. I was like, I already knew I had a gun though, right? And Doug was guys, when I tell you he's 300, 400 pounds, this man couldn't walk. He would step on my feet so that I wouldn't move in the pocket. He would have me drop back. He would step on my back foot and he'd make me throw without shuffling forward. Broke a lot of my bad habits, but really he was breaking my toes. He was so damn heavy. But Doug was out there doing his thing and he invited my dad every practice to help him coach. He was like, hey, you're going to be the assistant coach. Don't worry, you're going to help out. My dad was cool with it. But remember, my dad works all day at construction. And then, during that afternoon time frame, he's already tired. He's going to go out into this California heat. He's going to coach football for the night. And then on the weekends, we got games. But my pops is also going to go DJ on a Friday night, on a Saturday night at the club. So his whole day is consumed. Like, there's just no free time. But my pops was like, all right, I'm going to go to practice every day. And that whole year we coached. And on our team, we had an NFL football player by the name of Jeff Webb. He was my running back. We had numerous star athletes, Chadwick Davis. We had a whole bunch of ballers. And we won. We went to the playoffs, won our division. We got all the way there to the semis. We lost. And the next year, they asked my dad to be the coach. So my dad says, oh, I'll be the coach? Okay. Remember, he's not coaching us. His kids have moved on. We gone to high school and stuff. My dad goes on to coach Jamal and Jamin, the twins that were good athletes. Coach Oscar Lua, who played at USC, was the middle linebacker in those Rose Bowl days with Reggie Bush, got drafted by the Patriots. Coach Jeff Webb. Like, my dad was the coach. So he coached 2 NFL football players. He had that going. And anyway, he's coaching. He's doing great. He ends up coaching for 15 years. Can you imagine how many young men came through the team that my dad was coaching growing up? And the influence he had on them as a father figure is amazing. I had so many kids running through our house, like just coming through, spending the night, hanging out, going to other football games. We turned into a whole different family at that point. And it's probably the best times in my life when my dad was a football coach. So, all that's the truth, man. I'm just sharing it with you because you just never know where you're going to go with your life, right? And my dad probably never knew he was going to be a football coach like that and the president of the football league. He eventually got elevated to the president and took over the whole thing. It was crazy, man. I'm telling you. But it's been fun. It's been fun. So that's the stuff I'll remember. Anyway, back to the chat, back to the channel. I'll deal with these bears. These guys don't have a clue is what I've gone through. We've all have our stories. We all have our motivation out there. And there's a reason why I'm built different than all of you. Certainly these haters. That's for damn sure. I'm telling you something right now. Hey, Gravis, if you ever saw me in person, you wouldn't act the way you do. But you act like this because you're hiding behind a wall on the internet. You act like a little brat, for the lack of a better term. Anyway, me too. I mean, I know I was talking a lot there, bro. You could have told me to shut up. What's up?
Dude. Never gonna tell someone to shut up, dude. I'm here to listen, dude.
Yeah.
And learn, man.
That's it. Well, when GameStop's popping, I'll be crip walking. That's all I can tell you. It's going to happen.
You know it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, though, for hanging out.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me. I didn't know you could join the Discord channel like this.
Yeah, it's free. I don't charge. Never will. Completely free. There's almost 1,000 people in here now in the Discord, and they come through and they share ideas, and they're faster than anybody. They'll have all the breakdown, they know all the videos, they see everything. I get a lot of information from our Discord. We're the most in tune GameStop Discord that I know of, and additionally AMC and Bed Bath & Beyond. And for all the haters out there like Gravis and them, they all hang out with PP Seeds, and that kid has been notorious to be wrong about his investments because we're right. Just know that.
Exactly, dude. Fuck AMC.
And Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I hear you arguing with them on Twitter sometimes.
I do my best, man. I do my best.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for putting it down for GME, bro. You're a real one.
Yeah. Maybe they'll remember that one day. Maybe somebody will speak about me in a good light, but until then, they try to drag me through the water, man. It's all good, though.
Yeah. What do you think about this new movie, Dumb Money, that's coming out? Like, you think it's
I think it's a good piece.
thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good piece. I think people will see it. They'll get excited. I think it was a money grab for the studios themselves. They had a movement, an idea. I don't like the writer of the book because he started banning people on Twitter that part of the movement. Like, I've never even spoken one word to him or said anything, and the guy blocked me and banned me off of Twitter. It's like, huh? That made zero sense. So, but yeah, Dumb Money, they'll sure to get my money at a Cinemark, but definitely not at an AMC movie theater, and that's it. So,
yeah, for sure. I'm excited to go watch it this weekend. So that's something I'm looking up.
Black Bart has this to say. He says Marantz has a sore throat. He must have swallowed last night. Black Bart, you're absolutely correct. What's the problem with that? What do you have against swallowing? I'm trying to figure you out, Black Bart. Are you homophobic? Are you not excited about a good time? Can I invite you over, Black Bart, just to show you what I'm all about? Is that fair? No? You don't find me attractive? Do my DSLs turn you on? Yeah. These kids, so tough. They've got gay jokes now. There must be PP Seeds typing in the chat. I know you love throwing out homophobic slurs, then you delete it. Exactly. Bed Bath & Beyond is PP. BB is PP. I wouldn't doubt it. Marantz brings it on himself with his holier than thou. Yeah, I guess that's the way I am. If that's what you think. Maybe I'm just done dealing with the trolls for a lifetime, huh? Yeah, because it's your 401k that you don't get a true ESPP 15% discount Costco corporate. Oh, there you go, Gravis. How about the RSUs that you got, right? I mean, are you just that great, Gravis? Is that it? You're a former Costco employee, not long. I mean, did you plan that one out? You see, Gravis, I would take all of your acumen when it comes to investing. I would take it to heart. I really would. But you bought into Bed Bath & Beyond. And then you promote the PP Seeds channel by being a moderator on his show. You're going to tell me what exactly about investing. I'm trying to figure this out. You bought you bought BBBYQ at that. Scrub. Yes. You have to be uppity to be pompous. Oh, Marantz is not pompous. He's not uppity. No, I'm not uppity. I'm down to earth. Marantz thinks anyone that married is a lowlife, and that's not being pompous. I'm married. What the hell are you talking about? I've never needed anyone to tell me what Marantz thinks. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Marantz also does not support the CCP, but uploads on TikTok. That is absolutely correct. I do support using TikTok, the app, because it's a great app for me, for what I'm doing on my platforms. And if I want to use their app to promote the truth, sure, why not? Is that fair? If they're going to allow me to do it. You don't support Marantz, yet you're here. No, they do support me by being here. Why are you listening to financial advice from someone so broke, paycheck to paycheck? Ryan Cohen, maybe you didn't understand what I was saying when I said I was paycheck to paycheck. But I don't have to explain it to you. I literally said everything's paid. I'm good. This is my excess, this is my trash. You think it's my savings? Like, you'd be amazed what my kids say to me. They go, Dad, you're so disciplined. That's the first thing I ever hear. I'm so disciplined. Even my employees, you're so disciplined. I know, because I don't spend what I have. And that's why I have it. Appreciate you and your integrity, Marantz. Thank you so much. Mortal Kombat. I know. I can't wait. Marantz is a walking contradiction to everything he preaches. Thank you so much. I really am. I've been inconsistent with my GameStop message. That is very true. Can you ship me some to the Netherlands? Probably can, probably won't. Just one of those things. I've shipped overseas before. I've shipped to Canada and I've shipped to Japan. But right now, I'm sitting tight. GameStop can't stop, won't stop. Bought 6 sweet dip shares. Awesome, man. How many shares have you opened recently? Oh, someone's asking. Oh, how many safes have you opened? That's funny. I remember being in my young 20s, joking about dyeing my hair to get in touch with the gray on the sides. Now I'm at the status natural. Yeah, me too, bro. I'm good though. I know somebody who likes it. My wife, she says, as long as I look like George Clooney, she's good with my hair. Ask who's on the second marriage. I have no idea. I want one when you get a chance. There you go. RC is my sugar daddy. Monster, I'm with you on that. Ryan Cohen loves you guys. Keeps buying that GME. Load the rug. Yes, I hope. I hope he does everything he wants to do. It's his money to do it with. There we go. Full control and ownership. I hope so. China has fast trains. I like the big black and thick trains. Okay. You guys are very awesome. Wu-Tang Financials today, right? You just happen to be saying the exact same thing as Wu-Tang Financials. There you go. Guess that's today's talking point to attack Marantz with. Oh, they pick something new every day, man. It's absolutely great. I work for a large IO that analyzes the global economy and individual countries granularly. We have no idea how much is hidden, in leverage. Yeah, I agree with that. We have no idea. Yes, Marantz is down 50% on GME. Again, contradiction calling other backholds. How am I down 50%? Is that what it is? I said I'm at 29 right now. Like, I don't understand. Are these guys bad at math? Is the stock $14? I got to find out. Even when I look at my Fidelity account, it doesn't say that. But it's cool. PCP, LCD. You guys are so funny. Obviously, Marantz has not read Teddy Going to China. No, I haven't read it, and nor do I care about reading books, children's books, bro. I don't read Cat in the Hat. I don't read Green Eggs and Ham. I don't read Sam I Am. I don't read any of that shit. So I'll let you figure it out. I'm having some deja vu today. Feels like I lived this day on the stream. Trippy. Yeah, I hear you, Rick. Me too. Am I buying a share every day, Marantz? They can't stop this. No, they can't. I'm glad you asked. Rumor is you have to buy GME to understand the universe. Absolutely. Kais Malej lost people so much money. How's that dude live with himself? Easily. He probably is divorced. He's probably left out in the cold. But I saw his GoFundMe for his son's college. It was embarrassing. Yes, bought GME, have a bigger position than Marantz and a lot of people in the chat. I might be Wu-Tang. Yeah, you're right. You have a bigger position than Marantz and a lot of people in the chat. I don't understand how that gives you any credibility whatsoever. Like, the size of your position means nothing. It's your stance on the position. You don't believe in me. You don't believe in GameStop, but yet you own it. There you go. That makes total sense, bro. Sorry, but subscribe to conspiracy theories. Yeah, you should. All you need is one share. There you go. Then it's game on. He spelled on wrong. I'm just going to put that out there. I know what he spelled, but I don't want to say it. GME is not a conspiracy. You bought a ton for a reason. Wonder what that reason is. Yes, I bought a ton because I followed DFV into the fire, someone who actually has credentials and puts their money where their mouth is. Ask Marantz to show you his position. He won't. Chances are I won't show you, Gravis. I won't show you. That is correct. What is your job? What is your day job? Tell him, Jesse. Ask him what his day job is. Love when new accounts come in here and spew stupidity. You should show. You should know better if that's the case. Correct. True, Marantz won't reveal his cash secured puts. Is that what you put, or my CPS? Yeah, cost per share. No, I thought it said cash per share. I was about to laugh. Yeah, I won't reveal it. Nope. So you follow DFV and not his advice. Do your own research. Yep. Not positions. If you did your own research, you know that Marantz has easily 100 plus shares. Correct, Monster Buddy. I have 50 shares. Let's just get it right. Everyone knows he only has 50. Thank you. Somebody understands. True, Marantz won't reveal. No, I'll never do it. I only have 50, bro. Come on. You know what's crazy, guys? When I show a sell order for, like, I'll just ballpark a number. Let's just say one day stock goes up and I need the money and I'm like, hey man, I'm out. And I show I sold like 100 shares. They're gonna be like, no man, you lied. Shit like that. No, I don't, bro. I have like 5 shares, bro. Leave me alone. So Graves hates Marantz. Yep. But he's on his live stream every day. Overindulging in your own misery is not so smart. Correct. BBWI shareholder equity, negative $9.47 per share. A DRS GME. I know, bro. Trust me. It was hard for me to look at. He said, man, this one's better. That's it. Oh, my goodness. Join the Discord. He already got banned off the Discord, guys, so there's nothing to join. He was too much for me. How's your 100K worth of Bed Bath & Beyond doing? Yeah, I want to know how he's doing. He lost a lot of money there. That's deflecting. Coming here. No, it's not deflecting. It's focusing on who you are and what you do. Ask Marantz, show my position. Marantz responded by deflecting, saying, too bad. I bought Bed Bath & Beyond shares too, then got banned. Yeah, I think it was something like that, if that's how it worked out. I don't know. Marantz, I PM'd you about a quick GameStop NFT question. Oh, GTA? I don't know. Where'd you send it? I have so many messages, brother. Yeah, I've got a ton of messages that I have to go through every day. So, and then a new Adam Aaron tweet while we're out here on the chat. That's his bullshit ass surveys that he's doing that I really don't care for. Some dude, Evan Gerskakovich, I don't know, some guy in Moscow that I really don't care. That stuff don't matter to me. The people that are trapped in Russia for crimes or whatever, they're, even if they're innocent, why the hell did you go to Russia? Like, I'll never leave California. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, imagine being such a potato that you post your position and still get banned. There we go. Photoshop. Ooh, almost saying Photoshop. Raider Bo is back for no reason at all. He's not welcome. The kid burned out his welcome. It's that simple. It's hard to take you seriously when we know you bought Bed Bath & Beyond. Exactly. It's hard to take Marantz seriously when he brings up politics. Is he weak? I'm very weak. My body's weak. I wish I had 50 shares of GameStop. Thank you, Chad. Me too. Amel Nestor, aren't you in Africa or something? Oh, Gravis. Is that racial undertones? Is that what that is? Because that's pretty ignorant. And Gravis, just on that one comment alone, your internet fun is done for life. You're no longer welcome to the channel, and I won't ever read another one of your texts again. You know how lonely it is on the internet? Go ask Running with Bears. Go ask Raider Bro, because it's about to be as lonely for him too. When I said I don't need new friends, you're part of the crew. I lose a subscriber. Oh my God. Got nothing to do with me. You'll never talk that way to Almo. I'll never allow it. That little petty ass bullshit you just said, never ride with me. Never. Loyalty and integrity go a long way with me. And you're a bitch. I hope that rides with you. Marantz, do you have any crazy twin stories like an unexplained connection? I do. Warm toilet seat. That's a good one for me. So check this out. I don't know if I've said this on the chat, I think, some time ago. It was my third day in country. I was in Korea. I had got deployed to Korea, second ID, and so we went and we're playing pickup basketball game, and I'm balling, right? I think I am, at least at the time. And I land on someone's foot. I twist my ankle. Bam. Tore 3 ligaments. Is done. I'm in a cast. Call home. I'm miserable. They got me at CQ. I'm just sitting there, charging quarters, looking at Maximum magazines. And I'm like, yo, bro, I got my call card. I call Reek. I'm like, yo, Reek, man. Playing ball. Broke my right ankle, bro. It sucks, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that sucks, bro. I'm like, yeah, I know. Later on that day, the next day, I call home. Rico broke his ankle. The very same one. Here's the crazy part. Because I was 15 hours ahead in Korea, we technically broke our same ankle across the world from each other on the same day. Technically. It's absolutely crazy. That's the craziest story I can think of when I think of crazy twin stories. The other parts of that is we both have kids. Our first 3 children are exactly 3 months apart from each other, and they're vice versa. So I had a boy, he had a girl, I had a boy, and like that. So, and they're all 3 months apart, all our kids. So that was pretty crazy. But yeah. Are you running with Bear's long lost father? There you go. I'm sorry if Gravis typed anything, guys. I won't be. He's cool with me, not with me. He ain't cool with me, Amo, and I don't play that. That's a wild story about your dad. I agree. Grandpa, are you a boomer? There we go. Probably. What's an amazing story, Marantz? What an amazing story. Oh, thank you so much. Not from this world. Appreciate that, man. No way your average is at 29. I don't believe you. Just like you only have 50 shares. Hey, buckle up. I'm telling you. My shit's at 29. I'm telling you. Amo and I did our averages last night. We were talking it out. We get our shares, divide them. We go that route. And yeah, that's usually how you get your average. Even worse is the one that borrows them and then doesn't return them or returns them damaged. Nothing like that. 2K shares is a big number. I'm a big player then. I think it's small because there's insane holders out there. We are all one. Sure, I wouldn't say we're all one, but yes, there are some big holders out there. But I promise you, 100 shares is big. Hearing the story of your dad made me miss mine. No worries. That's my brother my whole life, Schellinger. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Doug said, oh, Doug. Yeah, see, you remember Doug? Big ass Doug. That's all I know. Doug was stepping on my feet. People remember. Anybody seen the Xbox leak? Bad news for GameStop. Oh, thanks, Lemon. Thank you so much. They actually talked about it earlier in this stream. You might want to go watch it again. And I already spoke on it. So it went really well. Ryan Cohen owned a rug full of Bed Bath & Beyond. How did it work out for the retail holders there? They got notice that he was selling. And so then they decided to buy more and hold. That's how it worked out there. Lemon, are you also from Alabama? I don't know, man. I don't know what that insinuates, actually. There you go. Marantz, you should play Dark Souls or Elden Ring on stream sometime. Spirey, thanks so much. I don't have time to play video games, man. I play the games I have, and I buy a lot for my son, but not me personally. I'm too busy doing this content for you and putting things together. They have that NCR corporation relationship, right? That's all good. Yeah, they all good. Yeah, I saw it all. Getting 10% on that stuff. A story time with Marantz is the best. Thank you, Funny Spider. Actually, the global gaming industry is much larger than you, Bears. Take into account, there's plenty of market share to capture. Absolutely, XBit. That was the point. EV cars only? Not really. There's no market for GameStop out there. You can't sustain sales for computer parts and Funko Pops. They depend on software sales. Said no one ever, Lemon. Said no one ever. My wife cheated on her ex-husband, but she won't cheat on me. GME Retail thinking Ryan Cohen won't rug pull as he did Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know what the hell you're talking about because he announced that he was buying Bed Bath & Beyond. They bought it. It's like being in an open marriage where everybody knows he's over there sleeping with the enemy or sleeping with that girl. Trying to change that hoe into a housewife. It didn't work out. Stop making gas cars by 2025. That ain't going to happen. My man left at him. Man, My throat is killing me again. I told you guys, man. It's tough. It's tough out here. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent. Knows best. Yes, Lemon knows best. Sure he does. Kids in China live. Yeah, they do. I'll just leave that alone. People's comments really show their maturity level every day. I won't worry about them. 88 people should tell you all you need to know. Shady Orange. How you doing, Shady Orange? It's 500 people today already, 501. We had 1,400 people watch the show yesterday. So, yeah, that tells me a lot. It really does. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. It's one more than the next day. Damn it, no notification, running it back. Peace and all in love. GameStop elitist. It's all good. I've been around. I've played all video games. Thank you. I played Almo on Gods Unchained, and he called me a lawbreaker. Sure. Hey, Marantz. Hey, Arvind. How you doing, man? Haven't heard from you in a while. People fear truth, and that's what you're all about. Cheers. Thank you, Arvind. Yes, I believe people do fear truth, and they always want to just hear what makes them feel good. That's it. So that's why people are successful in other spaces, because they make other people feel good. I'm not here for that. They don't have a place in digital, like they haven't created 3 digital products in the last 2 years. Thank you, XBet. Share of digital games are GameStop, like zero. They have a few scammy NFT indie games. Oh, yeah, scammy. Like, what is it, Lemon? Do you just grab the script and run with it? Thank you so much, man. Only a loser uses emojis in every comment. Don't you see what is coming, Gramps? Yeah. I would fight for Marantz and the crew. Thank you, GTA. I don't need you to, but thank you. Only a jackass would say where he's not wanted. Where he would stay where he's not wanted? Yeah. You can't seriously argue GameStop can take advantage of digital games when they purely sell physical games. You don't know. It's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. Thank you, Marantz. I'm DRSing my 318 shares of GameStop, long-term holder. Congratulations, Bobby. Do your best. You literally just posed the bullish thesis. Absolutely. Any more chat in there? Everybody's here. It's just me and Pew Pew. Awesome, bros. Remember, everyone's invited to the chat, even the snakes, but they never show up because they don't ever really want to have that conversation. Joel, how you doing? Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to the channel. And it's feeling great. Everything will be digital. As we all know, there will be some lingering market for physicals, but it will be a niche, like CDs. Lemon, it's not that way. It's not like that. But if you think it is, it's cool, bro. It's absolutely cool. You do whatever you got to do. Do you know how digital games work? Yeah, do you? They have to download. You still need the disc. That's the whole point. So every game company will have their servers to host their only digital games. Yeah, and apparently you can only have 10 games a console, because that's how it's going to work, because that's all you can fit. These kids are retarded. But it's okay. I'm used to this. Kudos to your dad. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that, man. You won't be missed. You will not be missed. I'm sure AMC and nobody, everybody in GameStop. GameStop is mini Disneyland for kids. I definitely agree with that. Marantz had a mental breakdown yesterday when his GameStop bull thesis was destroyed. Nader, tell me you didn't watch the video without telling me you didn't watch the video. Thank you so much. These AMC Q and BBBY Q rejects just love to hate Marantz. Yeah, you love to hate me. If you hate me, I must be doing something correct. Marantz, I come in the voice chat at some point, I promise. Lemon, you're lying because you've been blocked and banned from the channel for a long time. We know who you are. These guys who say they'll come do this, come do that. Remember the guy like last week? He said he was going to come show his position, and he never did. And it's because he's, I have a put position. I opened up a put position at $38 or something stupid, whatever he said. You're just like, dude, go lie to somebody else, man. I ain't got time for your shit. But anyway, guys, it was fun. Power hour is over. Let's go see the chart one last time. Right now, I'm looking at AMC, looking great on the 30-minute. On the 5-minute chart, looking just as good. Look at AMC today, making all those guys proud. Finished at $8.28 a share. Oh my God, it's only 82 cents. You would think it's really the battle of 8.0 whatever, but it's not. Yeah, terrible day for them. Every day is going to be a terrible day. And why? Because they're open. That's why. Costco stock, $5.64, $1,235. I've never felt more secure in my investment in my life. Thank you. Bed Bath & Beyond, these nuts can't be saved. They're at 17 cents. And GameStop, what do you know? Kicking ass, taking names. Right there, have some good green candles going up. 1761, closed out at 1752, but went green after the fact. And relatively flat today. Stay flat again tomorrow. I'm buying you Thursday morning. I'm just letting you know. I'm thinking about you, GameStop. I'm thinking about you. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun today, kind of, sort of. Hopefully you guys got some messages, some info on the breakdown of what GameStop has planned and what they could plan out. Thank you guys so much for the support, continued support of the channel. Shout out to all the individuals who joined me as a guest on the chat channel itself on Discord. Remember, Discord's free, and it always will be. It's in the description of the live chat. Me Too Power, welcome again.
Yep.
Have a good night, brother. I appreciate you. I'm going to get up out of
Yeah,
here.
no problem, man. Moa soon.
I wouldn't know about soon, bro. I just know that I'm going to keep buying more myself. So thank you so much for
Straight
everything
up.
you do. Everyone else, guys, have a good night. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz. No advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow. That knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence. Know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all. The wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to